Match preview for MU vs Leicester, February 19 at 9 p.m., round 24 of the 2022-23 Premier League season. Link to watch the match live in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video if you're excited. Since their loss to Arsenal in the Premier League, MU has gone 7 matches unbeaten across all competitions. Most recently, they drew with Barcelona in the first leg of the Europa League playoffs. However, they will have to face Blaugrana again in the middle of next week. In this context, hosting Leicester on this Sunday will make the Red Devils of Manchester distracted. Surely, coach Erik ten Hag will have to think a lot about personnel for this match. On one hand, they want to win, but on the other hand, they also want to keep their key players. Currently, MU is in third place in the Premier League standings with 46 points, 6 points behind the top 2 teams. To achieve the current results is a remarkable progress of the team led by the Dutch strategist. They only lost 1 out of their last 10 matches. On the other side, Leicester has gradually regained their form with 2 consecutive wins in the Premier League, against Aston Villa and Tottenham. Brendan Rodgers' hot seat has temporarily stabilized. However, Leicester still needs to make more efforts. At the moment, the visitors only have 24 points and are in 13th place, only 5 points ahead of the relegation zone. The battle to avoid relegation against the 2015-16 season champion is still very difficult. In the next round, the Foxes will also face another top 3 team. Arsenal, Team News, MU, Van de Beek, Eriksen, Martial, and Antony are absent due to injury. Casemiro is still suspended. McTominay is 50-50ths, Leicester, Justin and Bertrand are injured. The possibility of Sommer and Evans playing is unclear. Prediction, MU 1-0 Leicester, Asian handicap, draw, over, under. Prediction and analysis of Tottenham vs West Ham, 11:30 p.m. on February 19, round 24 of the English Premier League 2022-23, over a week ago. Tottenham caused an earthquake by defeating Man City 1-0 on a day when manager Antonio Conte was absent due to illness. That was also Spurs' 3rd consecutive victory, helping them get back on track for the top 4 of the English Premier League. However, that momentum was not sustained when Tottenham suffered a disastrous 1-4 defeat against Leicester last weekend. A few days after that humiliating loss, Tottenham suffered another defeat, this time in the Champions League arena, when they lost minimally in their visit to AC Milan San Siro Stadium in the first leg of the round of 16, and now face the prospect of an early exit. Moreover, these consecutive defeats will surely have a significant impact on the morale of Tottenham players before entering the London Derby against West Ham. On the other side of the pitch, West Ham is currently in 16th place on the Premier League standings and has mostly failed to meet expectations so far this season. The Hammers drew 1-1 with Chelsea in another London derby a week ago and will try to improve on that result this weekend. Tottenham vs West Ham squad news, Tottenham, Lloris, Bentancur, Bissouma, Sessegnon are injured. Romero is suspended. West Ham, Cornet, Zuma, Barella, Paqueta are injured. Scamacca, Cresswell, Agurd are uncertain. Prediction, Tottenham 1-1 West Ham, Asian handicap. Choose West Ham, over, under, choose under. Prediction and analysis of PSG vs Lille match at 7 p.m. on February 19 in the French National Championship. The link to watch the match live is provided in the comments. Please like and share this video if you find it interesting. The home team is experiencing some cracks as both Neymar and Messi are unhappy with the team's management. On the field, PSG's performance is showing no signs of improvement. Specifically, they have lost all 3 recent matches in all competitions, after a great start to the season. In the last 10 official matches in all competitions, the home team has only won 5 and lost 4, but PSG will have to stabilize the team's mentality for a long season. On the other hand, Lille has a decent record in Ligue 1. The team coached by Paulo Fonseca is clinging to the top 4 with 41 points after 23 matches played. They are only 5 points behind top 4, however, playing away from home in this match will be a challenge for the away team. According to statistics, they have only won one match in their last 4 away matches. On the other hand, the opponent in this match is a very strong team. In the last 3 recent matches between the two teams in history, PSG has completely dominated with 3 wins over Lille. With the current situation, as long as they maintain stability in the dressing room and play in their top form, the home team will probably take 3 points in this match. Team news for PSG vs Lille: PSG, Achraf Hakimi, Marquinhos, Renato Sanchez, and Nordi Mukiel are injured, the possibility of Messi, Mbappe, Kimpembe, and Mukiel playing is uncertain. Lille, Ismaili and Adamounas are injured. Score prediction: PSG 4-1 Lille. Asian handicap: choose PSG, over, underbet, choose over. Prediction: preview of Atletico Madrid vs Bilbao, 0:30 on February 20th, Spanish National Football Championship, La Liga 2022-23. Atletico Madrid's chances of competing for the championship this season are almost only on paper. They are currently in 4th place with 38 points, 18 points behind the top team, Barcelona. Although the season is still long, the gap is too large, but Atletico still has to compete for a spot in the UEFA Champions League from last season. They are currently 4 points ahead of the team below, Real Betis. Coach Diego Simeone's squad has a streak of 5 unbeaten matches in La Liga. Meanwhile, Bilbao, their opponent in this round after 3 consecutive losses, has won 2 consecutive matches in the last 2 rounds. However, in general, the away form of the Basque team is very poor with 4 losses in the last 6 rounds. Currently, coach Ernesto Valverde's squad is in 7th place with 32 points, just 2 points behind Atletico. Bilbao also has a not-so-bad head-to-head record against Atletico with 4 wins and 2 draws in the last 10 matches. Team news: Atletico Madrid, Savic is absent due to suspension. Bilbao, Herrera and Martinez are injured. Score prediction: Atletico Madrid 1-1 Bilbao. Asian handicap: choose Bilbao, over, underbet, choose under. Analysis and prediction for the upcoming football match between Dortmund and Hertha Berlin on February 19, 2023, in the 21st round of the German National League/Bundesliga 2022-23. In the previous round, both Dortmund and Hertha Berlin experienced complete joy. Dortmund defeated Werder Bremen 2-0 right on their home ground, while Hertha Berlin won 4-1 against Borussia Mönchengladbach at home. The victory over Mönchengladbach helped Hertha Berlin end their losing streak of 4 games in the Bundesliga. Although they cannot escape the relegation zone, the team from the capital is only 2 points behind the 14th place currently held by Hoffenheim after 20 rounds. For Dortmund, the victory over Werder Bremen helped Die Borussen increase their winning streak in the Bundesliga to 5. Including the recent victory against Chelsea in the Champions League, Jude Bellingham and his teammates have won 7 consecutive matches on all fronts, with 3 of those victories coming by a margin of 2 or more goals. The first leg match between Hertha Berlin and Dortmund took place in August 2022 at Hertha Berlin's home ground. The result was a 1-0 victory for Dortmund. This was Die Borussen's 6th consecutive victory over Hertha Berlin in the Bundesliga. Team news for Dortmund vs Hertha Berlin. Dortmund, Matomori and Youssoufa Moukoko have not recovered from their injuries. Thomas Meunier's chances of playing remain uncertain. Hertha Berlin, Koyen Sona, Chidera Juk, and Peter Pekarik cannot return to play. The chances of Augustin Rogel, Steven Jovetic, and Wilfried Kanga playing are uncertain. Score prediction: Dortmund 1-0 Hertha Berlin. Asian handicap: Hertha Berlin, over, underbet, under. Sports betting analysis for the match between Spezia and Juventus on February 20th at midnight in the Serie A. Analysis of the Spezia vs Juventus match. Spezia is going through a forgettable period, having lost 4 out of their last 5 games in all competitions. With this poor run, the home team has dropped to 17th place in the standings, only 2 points ahead of the relegation zone. Spezia's home record is not very promising either, having won only 2 out of 11 matches, drawn 6, and lost 3, on the other hand. After being penalized 15 points, Juventus has won 3 consecutive matches in the domestic league, including 2 in Serie A against Salernitana, 3-0, and Fiorentina, 1-0. In the standings, Juventus has climbed up to 9th place, only 10 points behind the group of teams qualifying for the European Cup. This is not a huge gap and can be easily bridged if the "Old Lady" plays up to its potential. Juventus has won all of their last 5 encounters with Spezia. The last time the two sides met in Serie A, Juventus won 2-0 at the Allianz Stadium in August. With their superior form and squad, Juventus is fully capable of defeating this familiar opponent in the upcoming match, despite having to play away from home. Injury news for Spezia vs Juventus. Juventus will be without Arkadiusz Milik, Fabio Moretti, and Paul Pogba, while Spezia will miss Salvatore Esposito, Simone Bottoni, Simon Zukowski, Jacopo Sala, and Jeroen Zoet. Asian handicap. Choose Juventus -3/4, over, under, choose over 2 1/4. Predicted score, Spezia 0-3 Juventus.